in whatever position you are in. If it's Baddha Konasana, stay seated like that. In Virasana, stay seated like that. Just put your hands near your hips and sit up as tall as you can. Spread your chest. Press the shins down or press the knees down. Roll the inner thighs up and around for both leg actions. That's it. Alright, now from here we'll go into Adho Mukha Virasana, forward. So lift your buttocks up, join your heels, adjust your legs completely Elsabe, and then go ahead and stretch forward. Adho Mukha Virasana. Extend forward. Lengthen your back by extending forward. Push the shins down, push the back of the thighs to the back of the calves. From the inner knee to the inner groin, pull backwards. Feel that stretch pulling backwards. Arms are active. We're going to press firmly down with the palms, extending the fingers forward but applying pressure through the pads of the hands, the heels and the balls of the fingers. Extending only to pull the upper arm bones back into their sockets, which then allows your chest to propel forward. Keep the head on the floor if you can. Inhale, exhale, lift your head. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and lift yourself up. And stand yourself up and move your props off your mat, but take hold of your chair. Now we all have different kinds of chairs. I want the seat of the chair to face away from you, that the backrest of the chair comes quite close. In fact, it touches you. Now you all might have different lengths of the back of the chair. That's okay. Wherever it touches you is where it's going to touch you. Okay. So standing with your feet together. That's it. And bringing the chair as close up to your body as you can. Georgie, just give me a thumbs up if that seat of yours is beveled. It is, or I can't see your thumb. Is it a straight platform on your chair? Okay, good. If not, you have to fill that hollow gap up. All right, everyone else has got a flat, so that's great. Okay, thank you. So, the backrest of the chair is pushing against you no matter what height it is. Even if it's really high, it's okay, but that all looks great. Bring your hands in front of the backrest of the chair. Push into it and spread your chest and lift. Your feet are completely together. Press down through the feet and observe. Can you feel as you push the chair towards you, as the arms press and the chest expands, that a lot of weight comes down through the heels? So with that pressure of putting pressure through the heels of the feet, it allows you to draw the back of the legs up, the back thigh flesh up, which makes your quadriceps want to automatically contract. But if you're really pressing, it allows the sacrum to come in towards the front and the lower abdominals to go back to the sacrum. But what happens is the balls of the feet start becoming a little bit light. Can you extend forward through the toes and apply a bit of pressure, any amount of pressure that you can, through the balls of the feet? You can even lift your toes and re-spread them back down on the floor to try and get a bit of pressure, but keep pulling your chair in towards your body. And as you put a bit more pressure on your toes, observe how the legs become even firmer. That's your Tadasana. All right, now you're going to try and maintain this. Take your hands out in front of you, interlace your fingers, and bring your knuckles on top of your head with your palms facing up to the ceiling. Take your elbows well back. Now, very often in class, I'll refer to how the thighs come forward and how they have to go back. As you start taking your arms, tips of shoulder blades on your back, as you start taking your arms up, no movement of your chair. No movement of your body against your chair. Arms go up. Because we opened up the elbows, you might find that your arms have come back towards the back of the ear line quite easily. Extend up. Have you pushed into your chair with your pubic bone? Perhaps you pressed a little bit, which meant the body moved forward. Push your sacrum into your body, push your lower abdominals back to the sacrum, and extend upwards. Reach upwards. Tighten the elbows. Firm the muscles around the upper arm bones. Stretch up. Lengthen from the sides of your body, from your hips, through your armpits, through the heels of the hands. Stretch up. Kneecaps tight, thigh muscles tight. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands back onto your head. Take your elbows back. Feel the tips of the shoulder blades on your back. And then bring your arms forward. Remember which way you've crossed, but release your hands and place your hands once again on the backrest of the chair. Push the chair into the body, expand the chest. Feel the weight on the heels. Use that weight on the heels to draw up. All right, maintain your Tadasana line. Arms out in front of you. Obviously interlock the awkward way. Stretch your palms forward and then bring your hands back onto your crown. Take the elbows back. Press the tips of the shoulder blades on your back and your entire scapula, if you can, on your back. Feel your armpit chest open. So as you extend those arms up with the elbows back, it's already guiding you to those arms being behind the ears. Stretch up. Did your thighs touch the chair? Did your thighs want to push forward? Push the sacrum forward, but pull the thigh muscles back to the bone. Elongate. Let your throat be soft as your head balances evenly on your shoulders. Stretch up, everybody. Reach up. Let the extension of the arms going up towards the ceiling create this narrow sensation from your ribs to your hips, this contraction, this extension. Thighs firm. Can you feel how, because you've got that chair in front of your pubic bone, your bottom buttock flesh is really drawing up? You're not squeezing your bum, you're just maintaining it, that Tadasana line. Inhale, exhale, hands come back down towards your crown, elbows back, and then release. Bring the arms in front of the chair, spread the chest, take a breath in and out. So we're going to hold on to the chair and we're going to step our legs wide into Utthita Hasta Padasana. So obviously because we've gone wide, the chair is going to be a lot higher. But the chair is still a guideline for our plumb line. So Tadasana, or this position by just opening the legs, is still a pose that we're working symmetrical. It's a sama pose. It's an equal pose. So observe the lift of the legs, the sacrum pressing forward, the spreading of the chest. But bring some attention to your feet. Because we've gone wide, there's the tendency to roll to the outer edges of the feet. Put pressure on the inner heels, on the inner ball of the big toe, and that action will make you draw up to the inner groin. Keep spreading your chest, keep pushing your hands against the the chair. Nice breath in and out. Knees are tight, thighs are tight. Now we're going to turn the right leg completely 90, as if we were going to Utthita Trikonasana, but we're just turning the leg. And of course, the observation is what happens to the chair. So, as we turn the right leg completely 90, maybe suddenly your left hip is higher than your right. Can you adjust that again, that those hips are trying to be on the same level? Although your body might touch the chair more with your left-hand side. That's okay, but keep the hips on the same plane. Rotate that inner thigh and knee so that it faces completely to the right-hand side. Use your hands on the chair to rotate your chest towards me to be straight. Knees up, thighs up. That's it. Good. Observe where the bar is, the top of the rung of the chair on your body. Push it into your body. Inhale, exhale, bring that right leg back, that the toes face forward. Breath in. As you breathe out, rotate the entire leg, the left leg around to 90. Again, immediately, my left hip drops. I know I have to pick it up. I have to pick it up. My left hip might not touch the chair as much as my right hip. That's okay. But I don't want that hip to drop. Not now. Lift it. Kneecaps up, thigh muscles up. Press against the chair, spread the chest. That's it. Press through the whole pad of the foot. Good. Inhale, exhale, return that leg back to the center. So the toes are facing forward. Spread your chest. Draw the inner thighs up. Close your perineum. Inhale, exhale, step back into Tadasana. Feet completely together and the chair in front of you. All right. If you cannot clasp your hands from behind for Gomukhasana arms, please place a belt over your left shoulder. So we're going to take our right arm out to the front and we're going to swing it behind our back. And then maybe we need a little bit of help with our other hand. So take that other hand, your left hand, and help the elbow in and get that hand up on your back. So we haven't really given much warmth or mobility to the shoulders, so it might feel tight. Acknowledge that. So let's take the left arm up towards the ceiling, turn the palm to the wall behind you, reach your hand down, and either use your belt to clasp or hold fingers or hold hands. Good. Constantly throughout the session, I want you to be aware of the chair. So even here, maybe your left hip is swung back a little bit. Bring that left hip forward that you still have this even feeling across the front of your body wherever the chair is touching you. Top elbow up, bottom elbow down, spread the chest. Press through the feet. Feet down, legs tight. Good. Get a better clasp if you can. Take your head back as much as you can. Inhale, exhale, release the top arm, slowly bring it down. For the back arm, twist your body a little bit and take that arm out to the side, to the back, and then bring it forward. All right, stand up tall. We're gonna go to the other side. So, your left hand swings behind you. You can help it with the right. Get that hand high up behind your back. And then take your right arm up to the ceiling, turn the whole of the arm, not just the palm, to the wall behind you, and then bring the hand down and clasp hands. A little bit of awareness of where you are on the backrest of your chair, feeling weight through the heels, extending the toes forward, feeling the back of the legs just as active as the front of the legs. But of course the concentration is on your left shoulder. That left shoulder needs to spread. We need to feel the stretch in the rotator cuff. Top elbow up, bottom elbow down, and both elbows hugging in so you feel narrow. Good. Inhale, exhale, release the top arm, lower it down. Take your back arm, your left arm behind you, and then bring it forward. Good. Stand in Tadasana, spread your chest. All right. So some of you have a wall very handy, and if you do, I suggest you use that because it's easier. But if not, the chair, if it's stable enough, is what you're going to use. So just to secure your own wall at home, you can always put the blanket over the back edge of the chair, and remember that is also going to give that heel a little bit of support. We're going to do Padangusthasana. So just to show you, this is the one that we do in class where we sometimes hold the ropes, or more than often we hold the ropes, and we bring one leg up against the wall and the other leg standing. If you are capable of using no chair and just using your wall, then that is absolutely okay. But if you feel you need that support, then take your chair against the wall with the backrest facing the wall so that you can rest that heel on it. If you're not using a wall, Georgie, have you got a wall there? If you're not using the wall, you can just be freestanding as long as your chair is strong enough to hold you. So your choice. So you want your leg up the wall, on the chair, or whatever you can. So Suzanne, if your chair is too high, get your foams for shoulder stand and your blocks and raise the seat of the chair. Right, now let's take a sneaky peek. Did I instruct standing left, lifting right? If I didn't, that's what I want, please. Standing left, lifting right. Hands on your hips. So Elsabe, your standing leg is a little too far back behind your buttocks. Can you step in a tiny bit? Good. That's it. All right. Now with your hands on your hips, and especially if you're using the wall, you really have to apply a lot of pressure. Put pressure on the wall or press down on the chair. Very often, the lifted leg, that's it, Suzanne, you've got that now. The lifted leg hip wants to shoot back, further back than the standing leg hip. So I want you to bring that lifted leg hip in line with the standing leg, which may mean you have to shift the standing leg hip back, okay? But don't confuse that by letting that leg run away from you. That upper thigh bone, the root of that thigh bone, has to hit into the socket, and that hip has to stay stable. So just be mindful. When we work against the wall and hold the ropes, it's easy to get that. When you're more freestanding, it's not. All right, so we're pushing against the wall, we're pressing down on the chair. We've got our hips level, our standing leg firm. Now we're going to take our arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing one another, Urdhva Hastasana. Stretch the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Now, in your own inner eye vision, in your internal scanning process, look at the buttock bones. Are they level to the floor? So I'm saying internally, don't move, don't turn your head. It's not something you visually look at yourself. Feel, are your buttock bones level to the floor, equidistant? Your hip bones, the wall that you're facing, are they equidistant? Then extend the sides of the body up. The more you reach up, the more stretch you're going to get to the lifted leg, the more contraction you're going to get to the standing leg, the more length you're going to get to the sides of the body. Breathe. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your arms down. Guide your leg, help it, and release. Stand in Tadasana with a hip width position to start. Spread your chest and take a breath in. I'm going to keep referring to the chair. If the chair was here, would you be pushing into the chair or would you be maintaining thigh back? All right, hands on your hips. Let's bring the other leg up. So standing right, lifting left. So you're standing heel underneath your standing buttocks. Take a moment again to observe the hip bones. So obviously I can only refer to my own body, but for me this side is a little bit easier in that I don't really have to adjust the hip bone as much. The other side I had to pull my lifted leg hip bone forward. Maybe you have something the same. Regardless, hip bones on the same plane, then your lifted leg, your left thigh bone, suck it into the socket. Suck it into the socket. Feel what happens to your lower abdominals and your standing outer hip. Push down on the chair or push into the wall. Spread your chest. On your breath in, raise your arms up towards the ceiling. Stretch up. And here we again become aware of that equidistance of buttock bones on the same plane. Hip bones, your pelvic rim on the same plane. facing the wall, facing the floor. Stretch up, sides of the body long. So as much as you're drawing your lifted left thigh bone into its socket, you are doing the same with the standing leg. We often refer to pulling the tights up on your leg. That's what you want. Stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your breath out, bring your arms down and release your leg. All right, so everybody now will use their chair. You can keep your chair at the wall, but maybe just move it away if you need to. On the top of the chair, so we all have different heights of the chair, doesn't matter. Go into half folded forward pose. Extend forward. Reach forward. Good. Don't have your bum at the wall, Elsabe. Be freestanding. Nice breath in and out. Open up the back of the legs. Do both standing legs now feel the same as when you were standing on one? Obviously not, but my intention with that instruction is for you to make those legs feel more active, as if you were standing on one leg, as if the outer hip area is as secure as it was holding your whole body on that one leg. Knees are tight, calf muscles drawing forward to the shin bones. The calves are narrowing. Extend. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees and stand yourself up. All right. So, we now want the chair facing us for Utthita Trikonasana. So the seat of the chair will face you. If you're not as flexible, then I want you to have a foam or two on the seat of your chair just in case you need it. So you're probably going to end up not facing directly towards me, Jenny. You're going to be lengthways on your mat, just so that you know. All right, so if you can just have a look, I'm going to do Utthita Trikonasana. So we'll go through it properly, but the chair is going to be facing me with the seat. So that when I go down onto it, I'm going to put my forearm on the seat of the chair and my top arm I'm going to use to push my head and shoulders back and to get that bit of rotation. All right, so to start with, we want the chair on the right hand side. And stand with your feet together. Good. It may be that you have your back to me unless you move your chair from side to side. You might need to move away from the wall a little bit. Just accommodate. Hands on your hips. Step your legs wide. That's it, Jenna. Good. Okay. And then just how we had the chair in front of our pubic bone or our abdominal region and we turn the 1 foot 90, be mindful now of how the hips might drop as you turn your right leg completely 90. And before we take our hand and arm down, come back to that action of where we were level with our pelvic rim. Kneecaps up, thigh muscles up. Now extend your arms out to the sides, in line with your shoulders. Take a breath in. Firm your back leg. Draw the inner thigh up. As you breathe out, go over your front right leg. Bring your forearm down on the seat of the chair. And your top arm can immediately come to the backrest. That's it. So go ahead and push yourself back. Push yourself back. Now the chair is a point of direction. Yes. Both legs straight, Jenna. Triangle pose, right leg completely 90. Good. Place your forearm long ways on the chair, not sideways, long ways. The bottom arm, oh, it is like that. Great. Okay. Good. Now use the backrest of the chair to push you back. Head and shoulders back much more, Suzanne. Push back. Bring your chair closer to your leg. Closer. Remember, you've got this imaginary wall behind your back. You mustn't be forward. You must be back. In triangle pose. That's it. Pull up kneecaps, pull up thigh muscles. It appears to me that some of you are still leaning forward. I need you to go back with your body, back, as if you had a wall behind you and your head and your buttocks are flush on that wall. Then use the front hand to push back. There we go. Good. Feel the stretch that's coming to the top side of your body. Put weight on the ball of the big toe of the front foot. Put weight on the big toe and inner heel of your back leg and see what happens as that leg draws up. Inner thighs, lifting. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift yourself up. Arms extend. Put your hands on your hips and turn your foot forward. Take your chair over to the other side. All right, hands on your hips. So we're going to turn the whole of the left leg 90. Hips nice and level. Extend the arms. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, firm your legs. Down you go. Bring your forearm. Adjust your chair as you need to. Bring your forearm on the seat of the chair and your top hand pressing back. Pressing back. Go wide, Jenna. Beautiful long legs. Go wide. Spread the chest. Now let's apply pressure through both feet. As we roll the ball of the big toe and the inner heel down of our front left leg, feel what happens to the inner thigh. Not only does it draw up, but we have to rotate it up to the ceiling as well. Then we do the same with the back foot. There's action in those feet to activate the legs. Push the inner heel and the big toe down of the back, right leg, and feel what happens to the outer side of that hip. Push with your top hand. Get extension in your spine from the expansion of your chest. Hit that top thigh of your front leg up. That retraction. Draw it up. Good. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, stand yourself up, arms extend, feet face forward, hands on your hips, and step yourself back to the center of your mat. Arms down by the sides of your body and take a breath in and out. Great. All right. Virabhadra Asana number 2. So, we want the chair to be used as a support. So we're going to use our right leg over the chair. And we're going to sit down on the chair with the back leg fully extended. So, once you've seated yourself down on the chair, you're not facing your bent leg, you're facing away from it. So you're facing the wall that is on the side. Hands on your hips to start. Good. So swivel your chest more. If you come back to the thinking, if we had a chair in front of us right now, like we did in the beginning, could your left rib cage pull back more, that you felt that the underneath of your bra or the underneath of your breasts was more even? So there's the rotation. All right, then extend the arms. Extend the arms and put pressure on both feet. So if you can't touch the floor, obviously you've used common sense and put a block underneath your foot. Good. Okay, extend. If your chair was too low, hopefully you've raised your buttocks. Really press. Yes, it might help to raise the buttocks with a shoulder foam, a shoulder stand foam. Now, apply pressure through both feet as if not pulling in for now, pushing out, pushing the feet away from one another. Feel how that lifts you up off your pelvis, and extend fully the arms for the expansion of the chest. Once you've got that expansion of the chest, and it almost feels like you're slightly hovering on the chair, turn your head and look along the middle finger of your left arm. Align your nose with that middle finger of your left arm. Tighten your back arm. This should not feel effortless. This should feel effortful. Although we strive for the effortless feeling in it. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands down. Bend your back leg. Bring your back leg forward to the other leg and stand yourself up. Good. Take your chair to the other side. That's it. So, now we step over with your left leg. When you sit that thigh on the chair, try and have the knee as close to the chair as possible rather than be too forward for today. There is a good variation where we work with the inner line of the leg, but for today I just want that thigh resting completely on it. Put your hands on your hips and feel the rotation of your chest and rib cage. There we go. Now we want to feel with our left buttocks that we pull the chair forward. So there's that action of rotation. That left buttocks pulls forward, which engages or activates that inner thigh more. Put weight on the back leg. Extend the arms. Keep thinking of rotating the rib cage. Widen the chest. The width of the chest will only come from the action of the arms. The more you pull the fingertips away from one another, the more spread you're going to feel. The more you engage the arm muscles to the bone, the more spread you'll feel. Then that facilitates more rotation. So revolve in that strong action of your arms. Don't neglect the legs. All that action has been in the arms. Let's come back to the legs. Try and pull your legs apart, away from one another. There we go. The outer edge of your left thigh comes back. The inner line of your leg goes forward. Nice. So you're pressing on your feet so much that you feel like you actually want to slightly elevate. Then turn your head and look along the middle finger of your right arm. Left arm, I beg your pardon. Turn your head more, that your nose lines up with that middle finger. Keep rotating the rib cage. Extending the arms, pressing your feet down. Inhale, exhale, turn your head forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend the back leg, swing the back leg forward, and stand yourself up. Good. All right. Go back to first side. This time, have a block handy for your hand because we're going to take the hand down. We're going to go into Parsvakonasana. So step over it with your right leg. Have the block near your outer ankle. Turn your body again exactly as the previous pose. Right leg over the chair, left leg extended. Body rotating to face this direction or the wall direction. And then extend your arms. So here we are in the same pose once again. Push that knee back and push that right buttocks forward. Firm back leg. All right. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, take your right hand down to the block. Take your left hand around and grab the backrest of the chair and open up your chest. So by opening up your top shoulder, your scapula on that left-hand side will come into your back. But the bottom shoulder won't unless you instruct it to. So press your right scapula on your back so it pushes your right chest forward. There we go. Awareness in how light the back leg can easily become. It's like the moment we focus on the upper part of the body and all the instructions there, the back leg becomes light. Press down, make it feel firm. Push down on your block, push down on your front foot, rotate. Now you have to keep that chest wide and open and bring your left fingertips and rest them on your left shoulder. and lift that elbow up to the ceiling. Feel like I'm pulling your elbow up to the ceiling. Then all you have to do is extend your arm, straighten your forearm, and reach. You don't want to drop the arm too low. You want that beautiful diagonal line. Extend. Keep pushing down on your bottom arm. If you can lower your block, lower your block. Now press down through your feet. And in this instance, you might want to draw the feet together now, instead of pushing apart, because we're not lifting up, we're going sideways. So pull the feet together. Get that right buttocks forward. Good work, everyone. If you've got the wall and you're touching the wall, walk up it. Use it. Inhale, exhale in one sweep. Come back to Virabhadrasana number 2. Bring your hands on your hips. Bend your back leg. Swing your back leg forward and stand up. Move your chair to the other side. Take your block to the other side. Sit over the chair with your left leg. Have the block near your outer ankle and extend your right leg. Face forward with your body and not to the bent leg. So we're back in Virabhadrasana number 2. And arms out in line with your shoulders. Lift up. Feel the shoulder girdle lifting up off the pelvic girdle. Extend. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, apply pressure through your back foot as you bring your hand onto the block, and immediately take your right hand back and grab the backrest of the chair and open up. And I'm going to repeat that instruction about the scapula because it really is effective in opening your chest and getting that slight rotation. So, your hand on the backrest, that scapula will automatically want to come on the back, or it's easy to access it. So press it onto your back. Now your hand on the block, your left hand on the block, pull the shoulder back, the point of the shoulder back, and press the scapula on the back. Pressing your left breast forward. If you need to reduce your block, reduce your block. Left scapula forward. There we go. Weight on the back leg. Weight on the front leg. Bring your fingertips of your top hand on your shoulder and aim your elbows straight up to the ceiling as you stamp down with that right leg more. Good. And then just extend the forearm. Reach. The more you reach the fingertips, the more you put pressure on the back foot. Or vice versa. Then apply pressure through your hand on the block. Then draw the legs together isometrically. Extend that side of the body, Parshva, the flank. Well done, everyone. Inhale in one sweep. Exhale and up you come. Release your hands to your hips. Bend the back knee, swing it around, and stand yourself up. Good. All right. Let's have a little bit of a break from those. And we're going to do a lunge, but just have a look here. If we're doing a normal lunge, we've got that right angle with the front leg and the back leg is extended, and there's your normal Anjaneyasana, your lunge pose. But what we're going to do is we're going to support the underneath of that thigh with the chair for the lunge. So it's going to make it a little bit easier. So your chair is going to go sideways, and you're going to rest your right leg over the chair. And if you need blocks, take blocks and come forward and put your hands on the floor. So you're in a supported Anjaneyasana, a supported lunge. The right leg is on the chair, the left leg is back, and your hands are on the floor. Good. All right, so let's work with the back leg first. Let's roll the toes further away from us so that the toes, as they are on the balls of the foot, are directly underneath the heel and not further forward or further back. So it's as if your foot is flush against a wall. And then look back a sneaky peek at your toes and try and get pressure on all 5 toes and not just the little toe side. Ball of the big toe, very important. Press down. And as you press that ball of the big toe down and the inner line of the leg up or back, feel that extension that comes. Then with your hands on blocks or on the floor, slide your chest forward on your thigh. Now you can completely rest that chest on the thigh. Rest it if you are close enough to it. It's absolutely fine. Put pressure on your front foot, observing the outer hippie fleshy part here on the leg needs to go back. It needs to go back. This bent leg buttock bone needs to go back to the wall behind you. Good. And then, because we can rest our body on our thighs slightly, I want you to extend your arms. Make the back leg help you. Draw your right buttock bone to your left buttock bone. Fully extend. If your body is resting strongly on your thighs, suck your rib cage in and feel the abdominals. Inhale, exhale. Hands come down. Bring yourself up on the chair. Bring your back leg forward and stand up. Take the chair to the other side. Good. Alright, same thing obviously on the other side. Let's take the left leg over. Support the thigh completely. Slide your back leg as far away from you as you can. And when you feel like you're in position, bring your hands down onto the floor. So we can get on this side a lot quicker than the other side because we're now familiar. Good. So let's go ahead and work the same. With our hands on the floor, let's take a sneaky peek back at the balls of the toes. And be mindful that the toes are all on the floor. All on the floor, yes. As I mentioned before, you may rest your body on your thigh. But not heavily. It's like you're resting it but extending the sternum forward. Make the back leg really active by making the inner thigh reach up to the ceiling. Cutting it up. Alright, here we go. Feet pressure. You have to be active in your legs. Extend your arms. Make the back leg help you. Reach forward with those arms. Your body can rest on your thigh, but engage your abdominals so you feel the lift of the rib cage up off the thigh. Push down with both feet. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down on the floor. Raise your body. Back leg bends and comes forward. And stand yourself up. Nice breath in and out. All right. So again, you don't need the wall, but if you've got it, use it because it's just a little bit of support. I suggest the blanket is over the backrest again so you don't mark your wall. But you may freestand. We're going to do downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, with our feet up on the chair. So, hands on the floor, toes over the edge of the chair, and pressing up into downward dog. Now, sometimes that resembles more of a half folded forward pose and a half handstand. So let's get into it and see where we end up. So hands on the floor and your toes tucking over the front edge of your seat with your buttocks well up towards the ceiling. Legs are straight, spine is straight. Now, as I can observe, it is exactly what I said. It resembles more of an Ardha Uttanasana or Ardha Mukha Vrikshasana. So we want to resemble more of an Adho Mukha Svanasana, a downward facing dog stretch. So let's walk the hands forward. For me, I even have to come off my mat. So for the taller people, you're probably going to come off your mat. Then push back. Your heels are high. So now you're giving yourself more of a downward dog action in your shoulders and your body rather than a handstand. Press back. Good. Yes, this looks good. Are we winning, Jenna? Kneecaps tight, thigh muscles tight. Lift your bum up, push your body back. Well done. Take a breath in. Now, as you breathe out, you're going to walk your hands back as far as your flexibility will allow. So you are coming back to that position of a half handstand. Lovely. Keep going, those that can. Well done. Yes. Elsa B, upper back in. Suzanne, upper back in. Yes. Good correction, Elsa B. Very nice. Lift your bum up, Jenna. Walk your hands back more underneath your shoulders if you can. Good work. 1 foot down at a time. Put your bum on your chair and take a breath. Beautiful. So if you haven't already put your fan on, you might want to. Okay. So we're going to do that one more time. So I'm hoping that you could distinguish the difference of when we extended the length between hands and feet, that it did resemble more of a downward dog than a half handstand. All right, so here we go again. We'll get into it comfortably, walk the hands forward, and then we'll walk the hands back. Hands on the floor, feet on the edge of the seat of the chair. Legs are straight, spine is straight. Then, when you feel comfortable, pushing down on the chair with your feet, start walking your hands forward, that you can get a familiar Adho Mukha Svanasana feeling, that it feels like you're in your back a bit more, your shoulders are actually completely different. There's a different action to half handstand. Kneecaps up, thigh muscles up, spreading the back of the legs to the wall behind you. Go ahead, push up. Lift the pelvis up. Feel the hollowing action of your lower abdominals. If you can't make it happen, hollow it out so that there's this extension through the back of the legs and a firmness in the pelvis. From your hands to your shoulders, lift up. Continue lifting up to your hips. Now let's walk the hands back. Let's walk them back as far as our flexibility will allow. And then take your spine into your body. Maintain the height of your heels. Good work. Inhale, exhale. Step one leg down at a time and sit on your chair. Nice breath in and out. All right. So we're going for our inversion. Shirshasana. So, Georgie and Suzanne, you're welcome to use the backrest of the chair like the other two are going to for the inversions to go up into. Remember, we did it not so long ago in class where the chair was at your back rib cage, but only if you have a wall. Okay, otherwise Jenna and Alsabi, you're going to do what I've just instructed without the legs up. So your choice, Georgie and Suzanne. If you want to just do your normal Shirshasana, your headstand, please get your stuff ready. For Jenna and Alsabi, you're going to keep your chair at the wall and your head is not going to be on the floor. So if you want to make sure that you can see me clearly, have a look at your screen. And you're going to interlace your fingers and you're going to bring your hands underneath your chair with your elbows shoulder width apart. Judging the distance of where your hands is under your chair, you'll establish after your first one. Forearms down, upper arms down, head is off the floor, not on the floor, and we walk up and we try and get our back up against that chair. Can you see my head is loose? It's not on the floor. And I'm going to lift up and I'm going to use the backrest of the chair as my guideline to walk up and get the back in. Now you two can do that up and down as many times as you need. Suzanne, Georgie, go ahead and get up. You both are very capable of doing your headstand. All right, so everyone has interlaced their fingers. Elbows down, that's it. Walk up to your chair or walk up to your headstand. So Suzanne, I wanted you to come up with 2 knees and try and have prevented using that wall. I'm going to be quite hard with you. I want to see progression before we come back to class. I want to know that you're doing well with this. Your line now looks beautiful. I think you are capable. I keep giving you that confidence. Good. Jenna and Elsabe, you will want to take a break and come up and down a few times. Suzanne and Georgie, press your forearms down, lift your upper arm bones up. Broaden your chest, broaden your back. Take the muscles at the back of your neck and your shoulders away from the floor. Now, continue taking those up and away from the floor as you take your hips up higher. And that instruction can be applied for you too at the chair as well. Hips up higher to stand on the ceiling more. Jenna and Elsabe, keep changing the cross of your fingers. When you're ready to go up again, but change the cross of your fingers. Good. Nice. So firm the hips. In Shirshasana, firm the hips and extend the inner line of the legs up towards the inner ankles. Stand on the ceiling. Big toes together, heels slightly apart, you two. Work the inner line of the legs back to the wall behind you. Come back to your base. Good. Yes, Jenna, you will not be used to this strength in your shoulders. It's quite different to Pilates, so just keep having a break. Good. Navel back, sacrum forward. Find your balance. Feel which works better for you. You two in headstand. Does it work better to press the elbows down and out isometrically or down and in? Which works better for you for your shoulders? Elsabe, you can go into Adho Mukha Virasana and take a break. And you too, Jenna. Big toes together, knees apart and stretch forward. Have a breather. Let's give them another minute. Feel the rib cage drawing in, navel going back, sacrum going forward. Your hamstrings draw down that you feel your bottom buttock crease active. How much weight are on your fingertips? Can you put weight on the middle of your forearm? And then your wrist. Stretch up. If you haven't joined your heels already, you may do that unless you feel that it really works for you to have your heels apart and your toes together. Keep lengthening. So Elsabe and Jenna, stay facing your chair. So Jenna, just turn around again and put your hands on the top of the seat of the chair and do the same pose. That's it. So you stretch through your armpits a little bit more just to give them another minute. Good. You may spread your knees a little bit wider if you want to get a bit of broadness in your back. So ladies in headstand, make sure you are not feeling your neck. Your head is pushing down. As your head pushes down, your cervical vertebrae separate. Good. Well done. So let's see the control coming out. So let's bend the knees. Oh, Georgie, be careful. You okay? That has to happen once in our life. All right, knees down now. There you go, knees come down. That's it, Suzanne. Pull in your stomach muscles. Find the control. Now this is how I want you to go up. Well done. All right, everybody take a breather. Thumbs up if you're okay, Georgie. Good. Yes, it's a bit frightening, but it tells us not to do it next time, and it might happen again. But that's what we have to learn when we come away from the wall. Usually the best thing to do is to tuck the head in and somersault over, but it happens so quickly we don't have the time to think about that, unless you purposely practice it. All right, let them two take another moment to come out of it. And you can pull your chairs away from the wall and face me. And we're going to sit on the chair. So to going to sit fairly deep back to the chair that the backrest supports us. So if you need elevate height underneath your feet, please do that if you need to elevate your feet. And we're going to take our simple Garudasana, our eagle pose. So sitting on your chair, back up against the backrest. Take your hands behind the backrest and press your hands forward that you spread your chest. And as you spread the chest, pull the front rib cage to the back rib cage and draw the abdominal region back to the spine. So that just sets us up. Then push your buttock bones down into the chair and lift your perineum and pelvic floor. Good. So there we have our seated Tadasana. All right, but we're going to move on from there and do Garudasana. So we want to take our right leg over our left leg and lift your right heel up to clasp that foot around the calf and then stamp that left heel down again. So we've got that good entwining action here. Then take your arms into a right angle, palms facing one another. And your left arm is going to come underneath your right arm and you're going to cement your palms. Press the palms together. Good. Press the elbows together. Press the knees together. So this is a very simple, easy way to get into Garudasana, especially when we battle to entwine that leg around the calf. Here we can sit quite comfortably and take our time to do it, okay? So it's a way in. All right, elbow to elbow, broadening your back, knee to knee, narrowing your inner thighs, working your pelvic floor. Good. Inhale, exhale, and release, and untwine both. To the other side, your left leg is going to cross over, your right heel will lift to get that foot through, and then press that right heel down again. Observe, maybe your left buttock slightly lifted off the chair. Can you push it down on the chair? Arms in a right angle. Then take your right arm underneath your left arm and bring the palms together. Press the elbows in towards one another. Hug the midline of your legs right at the top near your groins where they are deeply connected. Spread your back because you're pressing your elbows. Press a little bit with your palms and press down through your right foot. Good. Inhale, exhale, and unentwine. Easy peasy. Now let's work it a little bit better. So come right forward of the seat of your chair that only your buttock bones are hanging on the chair. And then take your shins back a little bit more. So your heels are not underneath your knees. We'll work to the same direction. So your left leg is going to cross over your right. Lift your right heel, hook your foot, and place that foot back down. And make sure that that foot is far enough back. All right. Arms in their right angle. So your right arm is going to come underneath your left and cement palms. Good. So you've all got that entwine action, which is great. We know that we're going to come off the chair. So lean forward. This is where the balance is affected, of course. Press down and lift your bum up off the chair. Lift it up. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the elbows together. And then bring your body in a little bit more of an upright position. You hovering now. You are not seated on the chair. You've pushed yourself off the chair. Yes, elbow to elbow, inner leg to inner leg. Good. You might want to unentwine the arms to help you, but I promise you your chair is there. Sit back on your chair and unentwine. All right. To the other side. So take your right leg, cross it over. Get a good clasp around that calf. Bring that foot back. Make sure you're right on the edge of your buttock bones because that helps. Take your arms up, your left arm comes underneath your right, and you cement palms. Make sure your standing foot, your left foot is back. Lean your body forward, press the legs together, and stand up or lift up off your chair. Lift up off your chair, grip your legs together, keep the elbows lifted. See if you can bring your torso back. Well done, everybody. Find your balance. Narrow your hips. Narrow your hips. Draw up your pelvic floor. That's it. Come on, pop off your chair. Good. Press. Inhale, exhale. As I said before, your chair hasn't moved. Sit back on your chair and unentwine. All right. Let's stay as we are on our chairs, but swivel towards our right-hand side. So we sit at that angle. Okay, so your outside arm is going to grab the backrest, and your inside arm is going to turn you and bring your hand around and grab the seat of the chair for your rotation. Twist. Twist. Use the arms as leverage to revolve. Widen your elbows. Widen your elbows. Other way, Suzanne. Outside arm to backrest, inside arm. Yes, that's better. Good. Lift the spine up. Now it's the outside of the chair, that side of the body needs to lift up more. That side of the body will be inclined to drop down. Put weight on that left buttocks and lift that left side and widen your chest and twist towards the backrest. Twist more, Jenna. Take your hand further back. Yes. Thank you. Revolve. Needs to feel like you cannot breathe deeply here, but you breathe with awareness. Good. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Turn yourself completely around to the other side. Outside arm grabs the backrest. Inside arm all the way around to grab the seat of the chair and twist, rotate. Lean towards the backrest of the chair a little bit. Stamp down with your right buttocks. Widen your chest. Put both scapula on your back. Feel, wow, the scapula on your back, your chest expands, your armpit chest lifts up. Good. Nice breath here. Using as much effort in your arms to twist that rib cage. Good. Inhale, exhale, back to center. All right, face forward. Sit a bit deeper in your chair if you can, forward of it. Widen your legs, take your knees apart. Go underneath your chair. If your chair has a rung underneath, grab it. If not, grab the legs and pull yourself as far through as you can. And once you've stretched yourself as far through as you can, flexing your back, push your knees back. Just stretch your back like you do in your Adho Mukha Virasana or in your arm balances. Your back is round. You're allowing the flexion. Good. And then slowly make your way up. Stand up. So for shoulder stand variation today, we're going to do a bridge. So, put your chair against the wall if you have a wall. If not, just have it freestanding. It's quite okay, as long as you push down and not back. So we're going to not use our shoulder stand props today because we're just doing the bridge. I want you to lie down on your back. So this is like your preparation of shoulder stand, but still quite strong in the back of your body. So we're going to bring the feet onto the seat of the chair, and I'm already going to ask you to bring your buttocks quite close to your chair. So if possible, your knees and your hips are not straight, your hips are slightly forward of your knees towards the chair. Arms are anchored, chest is wide. Take a breath in, feet on the edge of the chair. Peel up your pelvis and go up into your bridge. There we go. Now hopefully you're close enough to hold on to the legs of the chair. And if not, I'll take whatever you give me. Go ahead and press up. We want the back of the legs, the whole back of the legs active. Not just the buttocks, the back of the knee, the middle of the thigh, the buttocks. Lift. Widen your chest. Bring your throat to your chin. Not your chin to your throat to your chin. Take a breath in. Observe. Your eye line is straight up to your knees. The knees mustn't waver in or out. Straight line. Inhale, exhale. Roll through your spine as you go down. Articulate your spine as you go down. Good. Now if you feel you have any more movement in that lower back to be able to get up higher, come in a little bit closer to the chair. Your knees might be quite deep into your chest. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, peel your pelvis up once again. Up it goes. We're going for good height here. All right, nice and stable. Use the legs of the chair or the edges of your mat to widen your chest and work your arms. Knees in their line. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, raise your right leg to a tabletop position and straight up to the ceiling. Not to your face, straight to the ceiling. Now push up with your left buttocks. Push up. And then bend that leg back down. Pelvis up. Raise your left leg to a tabletop position and take it up to 90. Not forward to your face. Just at a 90-degree angle. That's it. Work that left back of the leg. Take a bend in the knee and down you go. And then roll your spine all the way down. Nice breath in and out. Good. On this next one, not everybody has to do that. We will not hold it for long. We do not have a shoulder shelf. See how you go. Be careful of your spinal muscle, your spinal bones. So here we go. Pick up your pelvis. That's it. Bring the knees towards your chest and see if you can take your legs up. It's quite hard. We're not holding it for long. Try and take your legs back a little bit, holding that line. Take a bend in your knees. Can you put one foot down, or can you land with both feet to your chair? And then lower yourself down. Nice breath in and out. All right, so I would like that to be done one more time if you manage to do it. If not, just bridge up, absolutely where you need to be. Inhale, exhale. Go ahead and peel your pelvis up. Up it goes. Good. And then knees come forward and lift your legs up towards the ceiling. Good. Yes, yes, nice. This is good. That's it. Hang on to your mat or your legs of your chair. Can you see how difficult it is to take the legs back? But be careful of the pressure of your knee. Now see how you go. Can you bend your legs and land both legs on your chair together? Good. Nicely done. Careful, Jenna. That's it. And then slowly down. Down you go. Well done, everyone. Rest your calves on the chair and take a breath in and out. Good work, everyone. Just take your legs off the chair and take both legs over to the right-hand side. Just give yourself a bit of a twist there. Stay there. You're going to do it to the other side again. Sorry. That's it. And then bring them up and take them over to the other side. And then you can just completely roll over and get yourself up. And I'm going to set you up for relaxation. We're going to use the chair. So we want to use the bolster. And And we want to use the blanket, so you might need to pull your chair a little bit away from the wall so you don't mark it. So you're going to be lying on the whole of your bolster. And blanket for your head. So if you can see, it's the one that all of you usually like. The buttocks is on the bolster, the calves are on the chair. Your chair might have to be away from you a little bit. Legs can be wide or straight. It's better not to touch the wall. And then we take our relaxation with the support of the bolster. So you can all see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of cycles of breathing again. Probably 3 cycles. I'm going to start to the count of 5 and I'm going to go up to 6 for 1 cycle. You will do what you can. Remember, it's your ujjayi breathing. It would be better to have your head a little bit higher than your normal lying down position. And before we start the breathing, I'm going to give you a minute or 2 to just completely settle to your position. So head up a little bit higher. That's it. Good, Elsabe. Suzanne, if you feel like your feet are going to fall off the chair, quickly put the strap around your ankles so you can relax. But if not, then that's okay as you are. I'm just suggesting from what I can see. Settle yourself down. Let your body feel supported, completely supported by your bolster, by your chair. As you settle into it, I'll remind you that we're going to do ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi breathing is where we breathe through the back of the throat and we breathe out through the back of the throat. It's not a sniff, it is a nostril breath. It's a lateral breath. It's expansion of the rib cage and the lungs rather than the expansion of your stomach. In fact, the less your stomach will blow up, the better. You do not want it to rise and fall. If anything, it just falls. It goes down through the exhale breath, but it doesn't puff up through the inhale breath. Body is becoming relaxed now and the breath is becoming calm. I'd again remind you that we have a pause between the inhale, we have a pause between the exhale, and we always start with a sip of air in to empty the lungs completely. Just remember, even if you have more air in your lungs, you still go towards the count because you're training your lungs. Little sip of air in. To empty your lungs completely, exhale and breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. In 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. In 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Empty all the air out of your lungs completely and go back to normal breathing. Can you just raise your arm if you managed with 5, please, or if 5 was okay? Great. Normal breathing. Here we go again. Little sip of air in. Empty your lungs completely. Breathe out. And breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Empty all the air out of your lungs and completely relax. While you take a breath in between, I'm just going to remind you that in no time at all do you want this breath to create tension by taking as much as you can in or by getting to that count of 5. That defeats the purpose of calming the nervous system. So you want to take it to what you can take it to. If you can't manage to 5, and it's the breath that guides you. You don't guide the breath. Feel like you allow the breath to do what it has to do. We'll do another cycle, and this time it will be to the count of 6. Little sip of air in, and empty your lungs completely. Breathe out. And then in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Empty all the air out of your lungs completely. Go back to normal breathing. Now it's nearly past. My suggestion is that you do one more cycle to your own count. And then allow yourself a couple of minutes relaxation. If any of you feel like you want me to bring you back out of relaxation, please text me and I'll change the way I do it. But I feel that it's okay for me to just leave you as you are now and you come up at your own time, because you can. But if you prefer it the other way, text me. I'm not open to not doing it. It's not like I'm trying to rush away. I'm just giving you more time. So as I said, my suggestion is that you take another count at your pace and then go into Savasana. I will see you on our next session. Namaste, everybody.